My name is Mike Williams. I am a proud dad, a single dad of an adopted 9-year-old son named SJ. Been in my home and been in my house for a year now, since November of 2020, Veterans Day. So it'll make a year. And the challenge is that when you're in COVID situation like this, you always want to remain healthy and strong and in your mind so that you can go out here and face the day-to-day challenges that it brings. And also when you deal with a child who has ADHD, you want to make sure that you're giving him the proper care, attention, and need, and all those different things. So it was challenging at times, but we got through it. You have to have a lot of love. You have to be strong in your mind. You have to be prepared, and you just have to do what you have to do. I was inspired. I had a really good, growing up back in the days when I was living in the projects, a really good friend of mine moved in, and he was a single dad of 2 daughters, and I thought how amazing, how awesome, how cool that was. And I just watched him raise his daughter, and I was inspired, and I always knew that I wanted to be a parent. But when you're a black man, you're a single man, and you're a gay black man, it's like the window narrows on you, and it's like, what are my options? So adoption was my next best thing, and it's one of those things that's kind of foreign to the African American community. You know, you don't see everybody. That's not a thing that we see all the time. So people were like, wow, you're a pioneer. You know, like you went out and you adopted somebody. Normally times you'll see people will take, your grandmother will raise you, your aunt or somebody will take you in, but nobody really goes through the adoption process, picks out a child, loves them, raise them. It's a little uncommon in our community. And then when you have somebody who looks like me, right? You're pop, you're single, you're young, you know, people was like, wait, what? You can get a child, and it's like, you can do it. So I'm inspired, but I was inspired by all of those people who were raising their kids and doing the things that they had to do. Other dads out there who weren't running from the problem, they were running toward it. And I always knew I wanted to be a dad, and I got the opportunity to.
You have to work on yourself, right? Because one thing that a child will do is pull out all the things in you that you needed to correct. But you have to be in line and in tune with yourself in order to take on this journey, because everything changes. And in the COVID, people are losing their mind. You know, they don't know, what's going to happen. People are losing their jobs in this situation. And I just had to stay grounded. And I had to say that, you know what, God, I woke up today, I opened up 2 gifts. Those are my eyes. So let's go from there. I wasn't worried about anything else. And we ate, we cooked, I had to become a teacher. You know, you wear so many different hats, as a single father, but you just do it. But your spiritual connection is what keeps you, you have to learn how to breathe and just take day by day. And so it's very important. If you don't have no spiritual connection, then there's no foundation. We already taken the vows, already took the pledge and the commitment to love him, to do what I have to do for him. He loves me back, he trusts me, and the rest is history. It feels no different than a regular parent having given birth or anything, or biological connections. Once you sign or once you even start the process, you have to already be in tune. You don't get a chance to go back and be like, I can't do this. I don't get a chance to give him back.
I would just tell all the other single dads out there that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Whether you're adopting, whether you're biological, whether you're fostering, whether you're an uncle or anybody in the community, when the children look up to you. And I think that that's an important thing, and you just want to make sure that we always continue to give them our best. You can look like me, you can be like me, and you can adopt, or your voice can be heard as a single parent. I think that's important. And that we have to work together, make sure that we continue to share, build into each other. And for other people who lit up the path before us, our elders, we want to reach out to those people. We want to reach out to our guidance counselor and look for those people for guidance, for help. I think that's very important. So I would definitely encourage all the other single fathers out there to make sure that you continue to do what you're doing and put your best foot forward at all times. Even if you didn't have a father raising you, we still have to break that cycle, that pathology, whether you're a father who's adopting or whether you're having a biological child on your own. I know sometimes it's scary and it's fun, you get a little nervous and you think like, how am I gonna do this? But trust in yourself, you can do it, and get guidance, seek counsel, therapists, seek other people around you, look to people who were inspiring your life, whether it was a teacher, whether it was a counselor, whether it was a community member, a leader, or somebody like that, or other people in your community that are doing good, or people like me who are out here sharing helpful tips to help you. As men of color, we are not running. We are taking the responsibility for our sons and our daughters. We're stepping up to the challenge. And I know it's hard, but we can do it. In a time like the pandemic, it just makes it extra hard, right? And I know you're thinking half the time, like, you just kind of want to melt, or you just, how can you do it? Where do you find babysitters at? You're working, and all those other things like that. But you just have to map out a plan, make sure you talk to your village, make sure you talk to your tribe, and you can do it. If I can do it, you definitely can do it. You just want to be mindful and take care of your spiritual, your physical, and health needs. So that's important, right? So if we're no good for ourselves, we can't be any good to our children, and we can't be good to our community around us. So that's important. We want to make sure that we take care of ourselves spiritually, mentally, and physically. And do the things that you normally used to do. If it's going for a walk, if it's going for a bike ride, if it's cooking together. There's so many ways that you can combat being in this pandemic. And we want to show the kids that, you know, they look up to us. So we're fearful, they're fearful. And you never want to fall apart in front of children, because then they won't tell you nothing, or they won't think that you can handle it. So we want to show them that we're handling it, and there's ways to do everything like that. We appreciate you guys. You guys can do it. We're rooting for you guys. As single dads and men of color, we are so strong. People look to us for everything. They look to us for our style, our dress, our music, our culture, our fashion. Let them look to us for fatherhood. And let's continue to share and grow and have these conferences and everything like that, where we can share with one another and continue to light the path for other fathers to come. And let them know that there's a hand that's out there, and we can always reach back, and as they reach forward.